So here's a heavy question. And this person says, "Hey, what's up, coach? Hope everything is okay. Recently just had a breakup with my girl. She cheated on me with one of my good friends who I thought was my friend. Right now I'm feeling lost, feeling like there's no hope. I'm broken, lack of confidence. How do I get out of this?" First and foremost, man, I'm sorry that you had to go through that. It's a very unfortunate thing. But one thing I will say, I guess, on the other side of things, right, is that what you're dealing with is something that's very common. A lot of people have dealt with this and they just came out the other side so much stronger. So I know whatever you're going through, you can make it. You just got to believe and you have to put in the work every single day until you get back to your old self, okay? Now, I've never dealt with anything that has to really deal with heartache. Mine has to deal with the other side of the darkness in life, right? I had to deal with prison, being homeless, being broke, betrayed by my friends. Those things are pretty common in life as well. So anything that I went through wasn't anything different. Maybe it's different in today's times, but growing up as a kid, when I grew up, this is something that was common. So these are the 10 things I've always done to get me back to my old self, to get me back to, feeling confident, feeling like I have self worth, self belief in the things that I'm doing. Okay. And the first thing that I always recommend uh, to anyone that's in this position of feeling just like they have no other option in life is waking up early every single day. That also means you have to sleep early because the reason why sleeping early is important because nothing good happens late at night. If you notice all the crime, all the lust, all the criminal activity, when does that happen? Usually at night. So when that time starts to come around, that's when you go to sleep and then you wake up early. So set an alarm to go to sleep early, set it for 7:30, be in bed by 8 and then pass out and then set an alarm for, 3, 3:15, 3:30. However much time it takes you to get 7, 8 hours of sleep. Okay, that's step number one. The second thing I advise you to do, and this is what I did, is only listen and watch things that inspire you, things that motivate you. Watch and listen to only people that you want to emulate, someone that you think is considered successful in your eyes. Watch them, study them, break down with the things that they do, and then emulate them. The third thing is work out every single day. This is something that's so important. Working out not only relieves stress, but it releases dopamine. It releases chemicals that make you feel good about yourself and it builds your confidence back up because every time that you pass through another day of pain and you're able to endure that and then push beyond that and every time you hit a new rep or you lose some weight, that builds back your confidence. Those little W's daily when you hit the gym, it stacks up to big wins. The fourth thing, and this is very important too, and this goes alongside what you're training, is tracking your macros. If you're staying within a calorie like limitation, that means one or two things. Either you're gonna bulk or you're gonna lose weight. Typically, most people have some weight to lose, so I'm sure majority of the people that are going to take this advice are going to be in a deficit. But if you follow the game plan, guess what's going to happen? You're going to look better, you're going to feel better, and you're going to go ahead and act better. Number five, I think this one right here is one of the most important ones, is I got rid of all of my vices. When I say vices, that includes drugs, alcohol, lust, junk food, all that stuff that was just bad for me, man. The doom scrolling, those things that are just not going to be good for you, that has zero benefit in your life, you have to get rid of it. Number six, this one is very important as well, is you want to be around people that truly want to see you win. People that truly support your efforts and anything that you're doing. They show up, they check in on you, they make sure that you're doing okay. Not those fake friends that you see you haven't seen for about a year or two, and then when you see them, they're like, "Hey, what's up? How's everything?" Those are the snakes in the grass, and you really have to be careful about those people that you have around you because your environment is going to dictate your actions. So make sure you're around true loved ones, the people that are going to support you during these hard times. I've always given this advice. There are two places in life where you know people really care about you. One is when you're locked up, and then two is when you're in the hospital because those places are at the extremes of life. And when they show up, that means that they truly care. Because one or two places, that can mean the end of your life. And that's when you really know who really cares about you. The seventh thing I would say that I did in my life was to play the fool. Just to just play the dummy. Act like you have no knowledge about anything and ask questions, but you got to make sure you're silent as well. And it's kind of like a tricky thing, right? Like, how do you stay silent but ask questions? You only speak to ask questions, not speak to give opinions. In this way, people think you're the dummy. There is no advantage in people knowing your next move, man. There are none. So why not just play the dummy, just soak in game? Number eight, it goes back to rule number one, but I'll break it down a little bit more, is to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep every single day. Not be in bed for 7 to 8 hours. People get this part twisted right here. They think because they shut off the lights and they're laying in bed, and then they're laying in bed for 8 hours, and 8 hours pass and you switch on the lights and you roll out of bed, that they got sleep. No, a lot of people could be in bed rolling around for 2 3 hours doom scrolling, thinking, hey, yeah, I got 8 hours of sleep, but in reality you got 4 hours of sleep. And the reason why you need 7 to 8 hours is because you got to be on point. You need that energy to kill and crush the day, man. When you are not fully rested and recovered, you can't go out and do the next day and be 100% productive. Doesn't work that way, man. Number nine, and this is where I feel like a lot of times men especially, we have a hard time doing this, is connecting with our peoples. Going out to see family, going out to see friends. Not texting them, not calling, drive and physically go see them. It's kind of interesting because I remember as a kid, I was telling all the youngsters this, and it kind of ties in today's times. And I always told them, if you're going to be locked up for a year and you have a girl, just break up with her, bro, because she's not going to be around in a year. And this rule applies here now. Number nine is see your peoples at least once a year in person to keep that connection going. Don't give them a call, because in order to build that and keep that relationship going, you need to see them in person, touch them, be tangible, have a physical relationship, and be within their presence. Because as people, guess what? We live off energy. It's kind of like if I'm mad, I don't need to say anything to you. You know that I'm mad because you just feel it. And it's that energy, that presence that we need to be in front of our loved ones during these hard times, okay? And number 10 is to go chase after your dreams. As men, we need purpose to live. That's how we survive. The moment we don't have a purpose to wake up is the moment we start dying. When people wake up and there's no reason to wake up, and we're just waking up just to wake up, that's when we start our march towards death. So don't do that. During these hard times, find a reason to wake up every single day and then crush it doing the other 9 steps. All right. So I hope this video helped you out, because this is what helped me out during my hard times, and it got me back to my old self every freaking time, man. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to you, and good luck on your journey, man. Stay blessed.